Harrison Mung'enti. Majina yangu ni Susan Kawera.
Kwa majina naitwa Ibrahim Mwendwa.
Charles Murerwa.
Nikagendo niko na miaka 11.
Doris. Majina yangu ni Mase Kawera.
Gati. Salome Karugi.
Naomi Nkatha.
Kwa majina yangu naitwa Biga Nkatha. Hapa ni Shekinah Home Center.
My name is Dorcas Mukami Gitonga, the Director, Shekinah Child Development Center, Tharaka, Kenya. Shekinah Child Development Center is an affiliation of Shekinah Foundation International, whereby the founder is Stenoy Stephenson, who lives in Australia. There is a branch in Australia. We have another branch in Pakistan, in India, and in Uganda. The branch in Kenya began in 2023. We admitted 11 children between the ages of 12 and 5 at that time, and one child who was 2 years who still lives with the grandmother because the child is still very young. The qualities that we are considering most were total orphans or vulnerability. The vision to start this center was to improve life of at least a child, to touch a child who is vulnerable and give them quality life. Tharaka is a county in Kenya, which is a semi-arid area, and majority of families there live in poverty, and most children lack the basic requirements to make life quality. When we began this branch, this home in Tharaka, we consulted with the area administrator known as Chief, who expressed a great need to start this home in our locality, because we had a choice to start it in the rural or start it in Nairobi. Nairobi is the capital city, but we saw starting it in Nairobi, we will not really be reaching those children who are far away from development, from civilization, and we will not be realizing the objectives of that home. We admitted 11 children in our premises, whereby we had a house which was vacant. That house used to be a house for our parents. That is my parents-in-law. My parents-in-law passed away in 2022. My mother-in-law died in 2022, November, 3 months after we had lost our father-in-law. That means in a span of just 3 months, we lost both father-in-law and mother-in-law. And we felt as a way of remembering them, we could start this home as a foundation to give back to the community, as a way of saying thank you for the life of our parents, and also as a way of blessing other families.
Oyo nyo chiere gina gwake maremo ende oyuga chuchu gakwaka agirire gwakwa bari gutigana ithe nwakua bari na miaka ena.
Susan Kawera is a total orphan. Susan was born in Coast in Mombasa. They were living there. The mother got married there, but the mother died out of, we think it was a mental illness, because in course they say that the mother became mad. Mad means became insane, but probably if there could have been an intervention, maybe she could be treated.
Kwatwikira tirera na tigina ndira yosiru ntino wecho baba no kona kinyankari nyomba ndomitu antino mtagontedi nkari uni nkatu nyoko menya wakwa katwarirwe tukuthikanwa irio tweresirwe na irio kwerirwe ati kana kakayo gatigina na gatirire nyonkara nako.
When Susan was 5 years, the grandfather also died. The grandfather was the breadwinner, and when he died, they couldn't live in Mombasa again, so they had to be taken back to the rural area. And the grandmother and Susan, plus the body of the grandfather and whatever property they had in Mombasa, were all brought the same day. They did not have a built home, and what the community did was to rent a room for the grandmother to live at the marketplace. And after living for a few months, they couldn't even pay the rent. So Susan started living in a life which was not very healthy, because it's like she became a street girl. At times she would sleep even outside. The grandmother is also kind of sick. And when the community saw how Susan was suffering, and when Chief heard that we were starting this home, the first candidate to be brought was Susan. And when she came to us, she was a displaced girl because of living alone, 5 years, 6 years old, 7 years, when she was not taken care of. And the history is that she was being abused in the streets. So she has trauma in her life, and life which needs care. Right now, Susan is with us. She is in grade 5. She should be in grade 6, but she's in grade 5. And we are hoping that through Shekinah, Susan will find a better life and probably even help the grandmother.
Nkoni kwega muno kurikara gwakari atiena thina wamomba kuromba benderee kithomo bathome bwega na bathirie kithomo nkaui bwega kwigwa muno na batethie nkuruki bareta ũteithio nkuruki wambomba kwira pastor mbuga Ngai na mutethi nondu natururite bwega muno kinya kwi Ngai na tutethetie bwega kwi pastor na mwekuru wake bonte bye.
Mbitaga Amerika yendo ndiri ngikagendo mwana wakwa na wambere ndarwira rwambere.
Salome came to us through Chief because Salome is born of a mother who is mentally challenged. The grandmother to Salome is mentally challenged. In fact, history says that mother to Salome was raped when she was young and she conceived Salome. So no one has ever known who the father is.
Tali mara mrani otiazi wetu tunagiende zaina tatikwekonga oyo nagiririe mbonga kirira dakaraga cyara kemenyero ata mugoragera nguo nakoruga akaruga tukaria kwao athi yakanyaga arothie bore athirari ngombicha bana mama.
We received Salome, and Salome now is happy in the premises. She is a hard-working girl with brighter future. She is needy because she is also mentally challenged, but we believe that she will get the kind of education that is proper for her and that she will have a future with hope.
Ntora yantari mwana oyo nyina nyo musiere nyina wa mwana oju gakwire agukua irio ndatigirwo na kana aku nuntu naraguritwo batari kithaka bajire nuntu bakwaga kithaka ndaya ndabarumia kithaka ende agikua kwire jarani ciakwa nuntu irio ndamwete munda na kumagu ndaira cukuru gwatuika kuri kathina kana iyo ndegwire rwana ruru tari na bagina rukuthucua ndathi ndarombotethio na kana aku kaumba kuthucua.
Ibrahim is also a total orphan. The parents died. The history of how they died, I do not have it all, but he was living with a grandmother who was a guardian, and who up to now is the one who is the guardian. And Ibrahim has siblings who are also left with the grandmother. The grandmother takes care of 7 grandchildren, and Ibrahim was the last born.
Owacha bumeta kwangatia paremia na bangi ndina bo cukuru bathatu ndina umwe secondary, junior secondary na class 6 na babangi barikirie bairi barikitie form 4 no yongi na thijatema kwa weekendi wanainya nione hathira.
And so when you are admitting, we assessed them, but we picked Ibrahim, which will lessen the grandmother's burden, and we believe that Ibrahim will get a brighter future.
Marieta makwa mbeta spora ngugi wapita mwite mpungu uyu mungenti kana kamwaragi nago murume mungenti wao atikini ngumenyera ina na karire awatumiri mweno kuwata ntu no ukini watwika mamora kukarago ayua watwika nda watigustumika atigustumira bura bamwirite atumire mamwana athia na kuinambe na kwajua watwika na inye kuthira pe ainambe na ututiga akwinambe na ututiga watwika ithe wake ithe wa mungenti wanwe na tutigire na ari kututiga mbere ya ina ndathukire kana karamuru aginoju ainambe no kaira cukuru kana karaka inambe na kuthoma.
Harrison came to us also through an uncle who was like a guardian, because Harrison is a total orphan. The parents died.
Ndaena kaweso kana nda ukanjukie mumenyere ngai no teithia no ne utethio na mbere ngai akamuteithia agatetheka utethio wakwa umanagia na kulima ndete tendi kitakagita kara ile bitewa bibukuru ana bako bathia na mbere na kwa bakinga tango kwegita benga tokwegita gwaria ngai na mbere na kuongeketha ile bomba kwa banki bukiona kubagira na cukuru antabora bonkena yakire mungenti na wari mwathiki yani mtu mwana mfore na mungenti gikithomo na wagikirite mananeni na giuntu mantu tamakanisa na wakimenda muno.
And we believe through Shekinah that Harrison will become a humble boy with the brighter future. He is a smart boy in class, and we are hoping if he gets all what is needed, Harrison can become a significant person in the society. And we have other children, like we have Abigail. Abigail came to us through an uncle, because when Abigail was born, the mother did not even reveal who the father was. She became a single mother, and after 2 years she left Abigail with the grandmother. She was married elsewhere, and they couldn't allow her to go with this girl. So Abby was left with the grandmother, and in 2022, the grandmother became sick. She had cirrhosis, she died, and Abby was left without a real guardian. When the uncle took Abigail, life also became unbearable for the family to take care of an extra child. And when they requested that if we could take Abby, we received Abby with open hands. And right now, Abby has a home. She is a happy girl, bright in school, and well disciplined. She wishes that she will become a nurse one time, and I know God will help her because she does well in school. We also have Mercy Kawera. Mercy came to us when she was 6 years. She's 7 now. Mercy is a total orphan. The mother died when she was giving birth to her also. And after 1 year, the father committed suicide. So the girl was left as an orphan. She has been living with neighbors or relatives from one foster home to another, and until now we have her. We hope that Mercy will find a home in Shekinah. Mercy is also known as Brenda because when we received Mercy, the names that were given were Mercy Kawera, but we understand that one of the relatives changed her name after the mother died, so she gave her the name Brenda, and she processed a birth certificate for Mercy as Brenda Kawera because the relative, that is the auntie, wanted to adopt this child, but later she said she couldn't afford to live with her. So the name that she was given by the real mother was Mercy, but the birth certificate is Brenda, so now we use Brenda more. She is a happy girl, very obedient, and we hope the future is brighter and brighter for her. Doris and Naomi. Naomi is a child from a single mother. The mother has never displayed who the father is, and we are hoping through Shekinah Home that Naomi will find a home where she is safe, and that one time she will be stable, even to take care of her mother in future. We have Doris. Doris also comes from a broken home. The mother and the father separated, which also made the mother become depressed, that sometimes she forgets whether the child is hers, and she attempts to hurt the child. And she agreed that we could live with Doris, and we hope that one time Doris will become a significant girl and also take care of the mother. She has a sibling, a 2-year-old boy who is living with the mother, but still, I think in future, if the mother is not stable, we may be forced also to take the boy.
Thank you, Lord, for leaving me. Eyes to see and the ear to hear, mouth to talk and nose to smell, and the other things for me. And the other things for me. And the other things for me. And the other things for me.
Nyumbetagwa Rosemary Kameno Njeru, ndagwatire kibande na baba, lakini maindia murume wakwa etagwa John Muriungu Ntamitugo. Agande wa Pastor Marundu na Mrs. wake Dorcas Mukami. Bamberie omuja guteithagia twana tutu twantigwa na ndatioka mukaria gwatu mbaretire twana tutaiye kuthoma tutaiye kwandika twana tutona nyomba cia maiga kairi panta twana tumite na gugu twayana nina kwira mwana thambia kioro na bori ntuburi to mono kumurutana arombithie tana bainge kurombithia baina na bena thina lakini ndio gugu bathire bakimenya utimwana takomba kwarie bakai baire baratu batigito bakai batomba kurugama mbere antu bari nuntu ndaba tande wowo tukio managia ginda ugiri bakire pasta nuntu bakona gatethia na babu ana bantigwa ana bamo baria utayomba kwira mwana thaino enuka amenye kwa kenuka nuntu withira ngina nakwire baba tigiru inda kana ari abo bekara bakiandikora mejenji bagamaroka baka ende na akathino katimenya ukanyombi ndari tena antu nuntu utia jiari lakini bana kire pasta nuntu yokona kungana karugurira ngwa karugurira mabuku kinyama kuthoma abe muji domora utije kuthoma lakini iru amenye kuthoma ndio na bamwe ba ukimono aga ibaragite backup lakini pa ukimono nuntu no kuona out of 1100 mwana kuwata 800 mwana uyu mwana agomba gutethia ntu kinya bara bangi bakutha auto ufandire kuona mwana na 370 380 ukona mwana ojo i mwana agomba gwitethia na bamwe bari abe na ngoga tina tugabatethia mwana kumwarira thura ke bumagira ru endo kacho no tia dinga no murie kiuri na tiko kumuragia no thuku na bamwatana baiba mwana na bari bamenyake 12 mwanke 10 akiti mwana wabwa mwanki maisha make kwera mwana kunake birito bwa mwanki watyo kindo ya ndubai mwana kaya akora nyo goma tero nonto ndajerio ntabwa mwanki akiti twathire tukimenya wogu amana bamwe kuna kibiriti ende bakabwa mwanki abagekera nko mwanki ukabwa na iba kumende ukinyito kumenya kuruga chapati ondare to mwakibe mutwe chapati ya bitha nyomba kadi nyomba abuno ngweto tiyo to ngo okima mutwe ya bitha mwankanda kanganwe ya anda twathima rwiro chapati akima mutu na akimira bwa mwana mantimbo abugwa ya inabo tanyo mono menyeretie gukira 5 nonto bakuruga nonto babeja no choro mono na ndatwa guka kinyatha 10 karuga kenda bora panyo tha 10 na chiere bakithi bai kinya 619 paka cukuru bathi cukuru bakara nogo mwanka tha kwi baja tha mugwanja kwi bangi baja tha 11 baja muntu akairia kwi baterage na ruyi rwa mpio mwana omara atonga rwa mpia kenina kere tandu yau endo no yo no ide neno ndacho gutega ruji akathambara ruyi na murugutera gwatira mana rwa mpio ende athamba bareke kwiria bakangurira tubia kuthi cukuru ru pachoka tukare irio tukathoma kiugo bibiliani twachoka tukaina karumba gaka iru tukathagwiria mwarimo gikinya thaa 3 tukathi kumama mboka ya 520 paga oka kenda muntu athamba magego nae aka maguta ne banga kendi kinya 619 utioka njirania na thite skuru taba tai skuru ta Saturday tukagwa wogu tukanywa tukanyuchoro tukathi kanisani tha ciere na kenda ria tukiruga magwa tukinya kanisani tha mugwanja tugatora ranji twacoka kanisani kairi tukakai tukara chapa wagu tutigeria tukuja ranji watutigeria tugatara ndengo tukaendelea kuruga ikinya no tutigwa iro byo mono tuko chwa turuga nkima kana musere na ndengo na bia spindi mono kubya tukarea tukathi kumama tukaina ina boka tukathoma kabibilia tuthoma rimo miarire tukathi kumama Sunday iro toro thara cleaning tanyo mono mbuka no Sunday mbuka tha 12 atha 12 na nusu tukaruga curu ikiruga mathe mona nusu tukanywa curu bura tukaukira tukabora nguo watweka ndigi achonda na pensi na nguo nderi tukabora nguo tukararanchi walikia kuraranchi tukaona goya kwa kwe mwana wina kuta watina wakuta tukainjira ntagara bakathungutha ntagara na gukuka na mucherechere wo utpaka chetha wo akwe baringa mubira wo bamuta kaomba ndukira mbona baya ndamo no mwarimu muntu bapiusa yao kura na wabare abatandika banenkera mwarimu na ndi athukia kuthia obicinike mwarimu nkamwira jo kwacha ke bukura kone na ntugitha tunyata andika kinya tiragira mwarimu yende bakwa bana mwarimu nuntu rimwe kura baya nkuruga na inkuchobera bara bajire ngambi na iba kumbea nkuringwa onde kutithingatania gucheka mabuku na inuikora niyo nikuritoana kaire no re kusimbisi nyonti ombaranio pakwenda mibira ya kuringa skipping rope ino kogwe nde Murungu akamutete gwatuika nwapanua ange kidogo yaigwere kintu kiaga muno nonto thimwira ngwete kanitani kamena nchonkwire pai kure bombe ena na bena birth certificate yangi bakadia goiba amenjini birth certificate wetua ena tikomenya ndi nanti na batiye kana nionde nja kidogo ende watuika nwapanua kidogo bwabwe muno.
Shekinah Child Development Center, Tharaka in Kenya, just like any orphanage, has some challenges. The home is situated in a rural area where transport is a problem. There is no tarmac road nearby. The children go to school on foot. The school is not very far away, but it's like 20 minutes walk, and being children and young children, at times they can take 30 minutes to walk to school in the morning and also in the evening. So one of the challenges is a transport. If we could have maybe a van which could be taking them to school or whenever they need to move or to go somewhere, even to church, that could help us. A van of like 14 seaters for now is enough because the children live with the matron who takes care of them and the security personnel who lives there. Another challenge is the hospital insurance. Though Pastor Stenol gives monthly upkeep, sometimes we have needs which at times they are not really met in the budget. For example, when a child becomes sick, like a few months, we had a child admitted in the hospital. We spent a lot of money and we have not insured those children fully. With the help of Good Samaritans, we can enroll these children in a national hospital insurance fund, whereby whenever the child is sick, they can be treated as inpatient or outpatient. I really appreciate and thank Pastor Steno for enabling this home to pick. Right now, he is the key sponsor. He takes care of the home. He sends the monthly upkeep, and we team together with our family to see that the children live well. We provide for them all the necessities for education. We pay the fees, all the textbooks and anything that is needed for the children in school. We also take care of their medical expenses when they are there, and the medical insurance, and anything that a child needs in their home, because that is their home. We are not expecting that they can hop from one home to another. We have given them a permanent home. However, the agreement is having these children until they turn 18. But 18 is not the limit. It is until the child completes their education to whatever level the child wants to attain, up to higher education, and to see that these children are stable. When they are stable, they are free to go back to their homes where they can still establish themselves in their original homes if they have. But for those total orphans, we still sensitize the grandparents that these children, though they are total orphans, they came from somewhere. If there is a lad maybe that they need to inherit from their parents, should be in store, because one time this child will need their rights and they may go back home. However, for those who completely may lack anywhere to go back, because we'll still keep on receiving children, we know the future is brighter, and I know God will help us to have wisdom and property to make these children stable. We also source for help from other quarters or for people of goodwill who would wish to help a charitable home, that they are free to help in whichever way. One way to help is sponsoring one child. For example, a family can say we can sponsor one child at this level, maybe 1 year or 2 years, that will lighten our burden and maybe extend it to another way of looking at it, or even improving their lifestyle. The home so far can accommodate up to 20 children. We have 11, it can accommodate up to 20 children. And we are looking forward in future that we can even build a real orphanage, whereby it's on its own, it can accommodate as many as we can depending on the kind of sponsor and the kind of help from any other quarter or families. Thank you so much. You are welcome to come and visit Shekinah Child Development Center in Tharaka. We are free and the children are receptive. You feel free. Anytime you would want to, we can just arrange how you can meet this home. Thank you so much.
Oh Yesu, Johnny bebe kwa mgongo. Oh Yesu, Johnny bebe kwa mgongo. Oh Yesu.